Hey, everybody. Jason and John here for another amazing episode of Everyday Crypto, sponsored by CryptoTaxShield.com. Jason, thanks again for sitting down. We're going to do another good lesson today. Appreciate you taking some time.
John, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. All right. So, Jason, it's a new month. February is here. Markets are trending up a little bit. Sort of where are we at in terms of everything? What are you feeling right now in terms of where things are crypto wise?
John, it's a great question. Thanks for asking it.
You bet.
Yeah, I think so. When I talk to retail investors or newbies right now, they're scared. Mm-hmm. And it kind of shocks me. And I know why. They watch the news, right?
Yeah.
And I don't. So I just look at the facts, and I think that's the difference. So what I like to do to address that question is maybe do a year-to-year comparison, like where were we at a year from now, a year ago, and where we're at today.
Awesome. That'd be great.
And I think that would give us a lot of reflection on how one should feel about crypto right now.
Right.
So starting off, I got a list here, so I'll be looking down. I know I'll forget some things.
No worries.
So a year ago in crypto, you had more or less one chain to operate on, and that was the Ethereum blockchain, right?
Right.
I mean, you could throw Bitcoin in there too, but not really. Like you couldn't do other things on Bitcoin, right? So you had Ethereum. And then a year later today, you've got more than I can name off, but I'll just name off a few. You got Avalanche, Terra Luna, Near, Phantom, Solana, Oasis, Binance Smart Chain, Cardano, Phantasma, Polygon, Cosmos, Elrond. And there are way more than that.
Sure.
And all of these ecosystems are thriving and growing very fast. If you had told me that a year ago, I don't know if I would have believed you. Like that's a lot of growth within 1 year. Right?
Yep.
Just on the news, basic news. A year ago, Morgan Stanley let it be known that if any of its traders or employees in general bought crypto, they'd be fired. Right? And they used to say all kinds of horrible things about crypto. Like they used to call it rat poison squared. And I remember Mark Cuban saying he'd rather have a banana than a Bitcoin or something like that. Right.
Right.
Now Morgan Stanley is telling all of its top investors that it would be irresponsible for them not to have exposure to crypto at this point.
Interesting.
And I think it was today Morgan Stanley came out and said that the metaverse will be worth $8 trillion very soon.
Wow. Just
to give you a reflection on that, the market cap of gold for the whole world is about $12 trillion.
Yeah. Wow.
So Morgan Stanley is saying that the metaverse is going to be bigger than gold. Very
crazy.
Soon. Right?
Yeah.
The fact that it's Morgan Stanley saying it.
And that alone just sort of lends a lot of credibility to this whole universe. Yeah.
Right, exactly. A year ago, 1% of the world's population owned crypto. 1%. As of this year, right now, it's 3%. We've had a 3x.
Wow.
To give you a reflection on that, in 1997, the internet had 1% user adoption. Right. A year later, they had 2%. They had a 2x. Crypto is growing faster than the internet did. Mm-hmm. And I believe that will continue. I do believe we'll finish this year out at 10% or higher of the world's population using crypto. And one of the reasons why I say that is because in places like India, where a year ago it was illegal to own crypto, right. Now it's legal.
Right. Yes. And that's interesting you bring that up, with some of the legalities of some of these countries. My biggest concern is what about the government shutting it down? How does that fit in?
Once again, a great question. A year ago, that was a concern, right? Mm-hmm. Only because the governments weren't even dealing with it.
Right.
It wasn't on their radar so much, and it wasn't on the top of their list of things to get done. Mm-hmm. But a year ago, it was illegal in India to own it. And a couple of days ago, they came out and they said, hey, look, we're just going to tax it. You guys do what you want. Crypto's cool. That's 1.4 billion people
Right.
onboarding onto crypto. And India is one of the tech savviest places on earth. Like they are very tech. They're ahead of the curve on tech.
Absolutely. Yep.
Right. So you can see what they're going to do with crypto.
Right. Well, not to cut you off there, but that leads to another question I have in my mind. What about China? China sort of voting to make crypto illegal.
You're on point today, John.
Thanks.
That's a great
It happens
question.
happens once in a while.
So listen, a year ago, China was very anti-crypto. They every 2 months they would come out and say they're banning crypto, and everyone would freak out. You know what happened every 2 months? It was a joke for guys like me when we heard it because we've heard it so many times.
Right.
But for newbies, every 2 months they'd freak out and they thought the world was ending because China says they're banning crypto, right?
Right.
They're not banning crypto.
Right.
In fact, China did us a huge favor this last year. So the biggest knock on crypto a year ago was the fact that so many miners of Bitcoin were located in China that a massive piece of the hash rate, that's what's connected to the mining,
right,
was so much in China that people feared that if China wanted to, they could crash Bitcoin. That was a legitimate top 2 fear within crypto a year ago.
For sure.
China did us a huge favor this last year. They kicked out all their miners. So now that major concern's been taken off the table.
Right.
When it happened, I was blown away. I couldn't believe they I don't know why, but they did us a huge solid. They really did. And as far as regulation also goes, I don't worry about it. I actually welcome it. I like for them just to go ahead and get it done because I know they can't make it illegal, right? India figured this out. So I'll give you a good example. In China banned the internet when it came out.
Right.
And it set them back a decade.
Mm-hmm.
They're just now catching up really to the amount of years they lost on that one.
Right.
The reason why you can't ban crypto is because it's game theory. So let's just say China bans it and we welcome it. It gives us a huge edge on the next 10 years of tech play. And tech play is the biggest play on earth at this point, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, 90% of all movements within the stock markets is tech related.
Right.
And crypto is the next evolution of tech. So, like I said, I don't see any major country banning it for this reason. They're just going to tax it. That's fine. Which
I think everybody sort of expects, right? So, yeah. No, and going back to one of the original statements you just made about a sort of mass adoption around it, not even mass adoption, but 2x, 3x, 10x. I'm starting to see it on the ground, on the street level, right? I've got buddies who have never really even heard of Bitcoin going, hey, what do you think? Should I get involved with this? Because they're starting to hear it a little bit. People are talking about it. And that's always just the start. It's a short distance from talking about it to dipping your toe in.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something else. For me, rather than watching the news on crypto or any news in general, I think it's all junk. All news period is junk. I just look at the facts. So a year ago, really only one U.S. public traded corporation had Bitcoin on its balance sheet, and that was MicroStrategy. Okay. And the great Michael Saylor, right? Mm-hmm. He was smart enough to realize that this was the move. Right. But today there are so many of them, I couldn't name them off. There's so many now that when a new one comes out, it's not even news anymore.
Right.
I mean, I can promise you that right now, Walmart's getting in heavily. They're building out a metaverse so you can walk to their store and buy things virtually, and then it'd be delivered like Amazon.
Sure.
I know Amazon's getting involved. I mean, Facebook changed their name to Meta.
Right.
Short for metaverse, and metaverse is crypto.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
So follow the money. All the world's biggest corporations are diving in head first, doing cannonballs in the crypto pool.
Yep.
So don't look at the price. Look at what they're doing, because big money makes smart moves, right?
Absolutely. No, and I wonder what Mark Cuban's saying today if he were to see that footage.
Mark Cuban is extremely bullish on Mark Cuban and Mr. Wonderful both.
Kevin O'Leary,
both a year ago.
Yeah,
used to talk so bad about crypto and Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. Now they are both heavily invested and involved.
Right.
And they both speak about it. They're both now trying to sell crypto products.
That's funny.
Right?
Yep.
So follow the money once again.
Well, no, and it's funny you bring that up. It's starting to sort of permeate into like, coming from a background in internet marketing, digital marketing, it's starting to permeate into that too. So now we're seeing courses and books and little mini courses and email chains on how to get involved with NFTs and crypto. A lot of them lean on Bitcoin. They always mention Bitcoin, but obviously it's much bigger than just Bitcoin. But it's starting to sort of permeate into just everyday life of other things. So it's very telling.
You said the magic word, NFTs, a year ago.
Yep.
Even guys like me who were super crypto,
mm-hmm.
we knew what NFTs were. I didn't see where they were going. I didn't understand, right?
Right.
Now
you do.
Everyone knows what NFTs are. At least they know the word.
Right.
And they've grown so much and evolved so much in the past year that just a few days ago, the word NFT on Google search was trended harder than the word crypto.
Wow. That's crazy.
That statement is mind-blowing to me.
Right.
It's been a year, really less than a year. They didn't pop until April of last year, really.
Yeah.
And now guys like me who in May had literally no NFTs in their portfolio. Now my portfolio is heavily in NFTs, right?
Right.
And then now, a year from now, so it used to be in crypto a year from now,
sure.
A year ago, when the bear market would hit, everyone just would kind of wait.
Yeah.
Maybe you would do some yield farming, but really you would just wait for things to change.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the last 3 months, the smart money in crypto just transferred over into NFTs, and they've been killing it.
Right.
There was no downtime for them. And John, we were right about this. We predicted this.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening.
Right.
So let's talk sports for a second, because sports are very influential and reflective of our society, right?
Right.
A year ago, there was no sports teams connected to any kind of crypto activity whatsoever.
Right.
Now you've got, let's see what I got here. You got the NFL released a statement yesterday that said they are going to create NFT partnerships.
Oh, interesting.
The New Jersey Nets are currently building out a metaverse where you can watch the game as if you're actually on the floor.
Interesting.
And I've seen, video of this. It is amazing, John. Like,
That's
it's
awesome.
literally on the floor. Like, if you tell me, I love sports.
I do too. Yeah.
If you tell me I can actually just be on the floor and watch this game, I would pay good money for that, right?
Oh, for sure. Absolutely.
Right. So you got crypto.com advertising, right? A year ago, you didn't see any advertising on TV for crypto.
Yep.
Now you got crypto.com with amazing Matt Damon commercials that are played every Sunday during football, right?
Yep.
Crypto.com is also involved in Formula One racing, the UFC, and they're on the 76ers basketball team. It's on their jersey.
Yep.
Very visible, right?
Very visible. Yep.
You got FTX. They're on Major League Baseball. All the Major League Baseball umpires wear FTX uniforms now.
That's right. Yep.
The Miami Heat Stadium is called the FTX Stadium.
That's true. Yes.
You've had several athletes over the past year, more than I could really remember, but I know there was a lot of them that demanded their paycheck in crypto.
It's here. It's here. It's everywhere.
That's pretty crazy, right? Like, that's a lot that's happened in the last year. Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. And extrapolate that out to 5 years from now. It's just, if things are moving that fast, boy, where are we going to be a year from now, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, if you're not bullish on crypto right now, I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
Get
involved. Just do it. Yeah.
Like, the writing is on the wall. And at this point, like a year ago, if you would have ignored me on crypto, I'd be like, okay, I understand. Sure. You don't see it. But if you're ignoring it at this point, it's just irresponsible at this point.
Agreed. Especially when you got good content like this, sort of helping guide the ship, so.
Yeah. Like and subscribe. It helps us help you, right?
Please do it. Yeah. This helps grow this channel. And again, as always, we're not giving out any financial advice here of any kind. We're just throwing out what Jason and I are digging right now, and make your own decisions, do your own homework, and also protect what you make and grow. Get involved with Crypto Tax Shield and just make sure you stay compliant. And got a great community of people. So
With that being said, John, I'd like to give my 3 picks for the month of February.
Please do. I would love it. I'm writing it down.
I'm extremely bullish on these 3 projects, short-term, long-term, midterm.
Perfect.
So the first one I'm going to point off will be Flux, Flux. You've probably heard us speak about it on the channel before.
For sure.
I'm extremely bullish because in March, that's when the price of their nodes goes down by 90%. So it's a much easier entry point.
Yep.
And I do believe in everything they're doing. They're trying to become the AWS of Web 3.0. Okay. And their team is super accomplished, and they've been in crypto for years.
Right.
So I'm very bullish on them short-term, long-term, midterm. And I think those nodes will be a gem to have in anybody's portfolio.
Perfect.
The second one I like to point out is Pegaxi. Also we brought this to your attention last week.
Yep.
Pegaxi is a horse racing game, horse racing crypto game. And they seem to have figured out the tokenomics problem that all crypto games are dealing with right now.
Right.
And they're very community driven. So when their community says, hey, look, we would like to see this done, the developers actually listen.
Right.
Not all projects do that. And I think within crypto, that goes a long way. Mm-hmm. So I do think Pegaxi is going to blow up this month.
Awesome. And
the last one is Vulcan Forge. This is a new one for this channel as far as we're speaking about it.
Yeah. Is that V? Vulcan?
Yes. Yeah, Vulcan Forge. Their symbol is PYR.
PYR. Got it.
And the reason why I'm so bullish on them, they've been on my radar for, I don't know, 5 or 6 months.
Okay.
And I just kind of never saw a reason in entering yet. They're an ecosystem for crypto gaming.
Okay.
And the reason why I've turned super bullish on them is that they have nodes coming out, and they're building out their own blockchain, much like Gala is.
Nice.
So the games will actually sit and operate on that chain, which will bring other games over.
Gotcha.
And these blockchains are extremely valuable. Like I said, something like Avalanche is probably its market cap is somewhere around $15 and $20 billion.
Wow.
So gaming with a chain, and now that their nodes are coming out, I can see where this thing's going to blow up very fast.
Sure.
And I also believe that their nodes will be, once again, a great part of anybody's portfolio.
That's awesome.
And you'll need their coin to buy their nodes also. That's another reason why I'm bullish on them for the month of February.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
And that's it. That's what I got.
Well, that's a that's a lot for anybody who's on this channel watching this video. That's a lot for them to start researching and getting involved in. And anybody who's watched you previously knows that this is from the heart and what you're truly passionate about in terms of these projects. So smart people would take notes and do their own research, of course, and get started, because every day that goes by is a day that you can't really make a move. So just get in early, especially on that last one. I'm gonna do my own research on that. That's the first time I've come across that. So I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna bury my face into that for a little bit and see what happens. So.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome, Jason. Thank you so much, man. This is a powerful episode with a lot of good information. And we're going to do this again very, very soon, probably tomorrow. And we've got more good stuff to talk about then. So I appreciate you sitting down.
John, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. All right. Thanks again. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Talk soon.
Yeah, see you then.